First action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Take go.
They'll start this one out with Hall. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Completes this one to Kraft. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Pass caught by Adunze. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offense up to the line fast.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Cougar 19.
The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Here we go, set.
They'll run for it with Hall. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hey. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Hey, smash.
Man in motion here. They give on 2nd to Hall. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Panthers finish up an excellent opening series. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Jack Jones making that tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd down, here's Williams. Dell with the grab. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Connection made to Dell. And they catch up to him, but not. He's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Working from the gun, Williams. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Saints finish off their opening drive. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints start off well to tie things 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Go!
They start the drive with Hall. Broke through the tackle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
On the counter, Hall. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 now. Finds his target, Hall. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's go now.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Ryan. Check go.
They go right back to Hall. And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. Gets him those 3 yards back, but it brings up 3rd and 10 now. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from this one right after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. They send a man in motion. On play action now, McCarthy has his man. It's Odunze. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Go.
From the gun, it's Hall. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. From the shotgun, McCarthy finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Warrior 70.
Here's 2nd and 2. And the catch is made for the touchdown. The Panthers take a second quarter lead. It's a Rome Odunze touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his...
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Hey, check that.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Trying to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. Panthers have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go check. Go check. Check.
Coming right is Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Rig alert. Rig alert.
All gets it again on 2nd down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
3rd down give to Hall. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Red ball leading. Get up. Get up.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Go.
1st down throw by Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Connects with Bateman. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Let's go now.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Williams to throw on 1st. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, New Orleans. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. They're down to their final one in this half. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Ready, ready.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Got it. Ready?
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Ready?
Hall takes it straight ahead. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Check go.
Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. But that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
McCarthy to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. So through a flurry of points, we have hit the 2-minute warning. The Panthers pushing for points. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go. Set.
Now it's McCarthy. Ball there to haul it in. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopped by Chop Robinson.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Go.
Back to the air, McCarthy. He's on the move. He can run it. He breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker.
Mustang 19.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Finds his man. It's Worthy. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Set. Ready. Hut, hut.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Pass caught by Adunze. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense. Their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Come
From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's incomplete left side.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Go, Reed, go. Ready, ready.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. Already has one in this game, this from 30. Wow, Brock, he missed it. An easy kick, but he mishit it left. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, Williams. Gets this to Bateman. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Complete to Dell. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Zach Bond with the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. And that's going to be knocked away. May have saved a completion there. And that brings us to the end of our 3rd quarter.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Let's go.
Back to throw it. He's got it to his running back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Hold them ready.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
Ready. Go.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Williams on the play action. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass, too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
This throw is caught. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Stop low, 18. 7 Pirates. Take go.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. Third down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Escapes the pocket. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
This one taken in by Kraft. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hall running between the tackles. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's good. 19 tight.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. All right, here we go. Second down.
Go! Ready?
They'll run here, following the penalty. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Saints with 6 DBs out there. We've got a dime look for them on third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go!
They bring their tight end left. Williams to throw on first. Forced out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
It's caught. Ferguson. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Connection made to Dell. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Go!
To throw is Williams. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Williams thrown again here on second down. On the move, headed right. He finds Chigakonkwo for the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Ready?
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Escapes out to the left. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. So they're left facing third and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Comes through, that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
As we're into the fourth quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, first and 10.
Trap 60, Stephanie!
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He lobs it deep middle. Brought in inside the 20. And that is a touchdown. The Panthers take a fourth quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Williams from the gun. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Second down now, 7 to go. To throw, Williams. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They motion Bateman over right. Third down, here's Williams. And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. Fourth down coming up.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Kicked well, and this is good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time Well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Street.
Putting a receiver in motion. On first down, here comes Hope. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
First down, Williams. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Williams set to pass. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Williams to throw on third. Connects with Bateman. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. They are throwing it again. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. In a good spot here, second and inches. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Stephanie, go.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Come on, set.
Second and 10, McCarthy. Pass caught by Adunze. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Back to the air, McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now.
Hurt, hurt. Ready, ready.
They'll go right side with Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
Ready, ready.
Man in motion, headed right.
Ready.
Throwing now. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Check go.
Setting up to pass. Finds his man, it's Kraft. And this one doesn't go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Here's Hall on the give. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
On the set.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Set.
Here he is to throw. Has the connection to Odunze. And he'll go down here at the 16. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Come 19. Come that set. Mustang 19. 79 Bronco. Go.
To throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown. And a big decision coming up for him now. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So now here come the Panthers. Big moment as they go for 2.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point
Hawk
conversion.
70. Hawk 70. Hup.
And this is caught. Oh, he gets them 2 points, and with those, they've got the lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
He'll look to throw it. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now to throw. That one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Couldn't connect to a tank down. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Looking to throw it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Ready, ready.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down.
Let's go now.
Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Williams from the gun. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Panthers pick up the win here. And they draw